The college baseball regular season is in the books. Conference tournaments begin as early as tomorrow across the country, and for most teams, it represents the final week they'll be playing baseball this season. However, these upcoming 10 clubs could find themselves playing for the next month, all the way to the College World Series. Now, let's take a look at the first half of our latest Sports Tonight NCAA Baseball Power Rankings. Coming in at number 10, Louisville. On the surface, perhaps a little strange to rank the ACC champion this low, but the Cardinals built up such a big lead in the standings early in the year. The last few weeks, they didn't really play their best baseball. Number 9, Texas Tech. A final weekend surge, coupled with a losing streak by Baylor, gave the Red Raiders their third conference title in the last 4 seasons. Tech is surging again, having won 13 of their last 16 games to end the regular season. Now, a strong showing in the Big 12 tournament might be enough to move them up to a spot as a top 8 national seed in the NCAA tournament. Number 8, Georgia. Because the SEC still seeds the top 2 teams by who won the division, the Bulldogs are the number 3 seed in the conference tournament, even though they finished with the second best record. Now, the Bulldogs closed the year with a sweep over last place Alabama and now await the winner of the single elimination first round game tomorrow between Texas A&M and Florida. At number 7, Arkansas. They slide in as the number 2 seed in the SEC because of their first place finish in the SEC West, which, to be fair, was the tougher division this year in a surprisingly down year for traditional East powers like South Carolina and Florida. Now, the Razorbacks dropped their final series of the year at Texas A&M over the weekend, which does open the door for question marks about their play away from home. 28 of the Hogs' 40 wins came at home this season. Number 6, East Carolina. The Pirates set conference records for wins and overall series wins as they finished the year 42-13 and 20-4 in the American Athletic Conference. Those around the program say that this is the most fun ECU team to watch since a fiery outfielder named Jill Jelnick led the Pirates to a conference softball title. At number 5, Georgia Tech. The Yellow Jackets rose swiftly through the rankings. After dropping their first ACC series of the season, Georgia Tech won its final 9 weekends in conference play to win the Coastal Division and finish just behind Louisville in the league. Now, Tech only has 38 wins in the season. It's less than most teams in the top 10. They have been among the best down the stretch. Number 4, Stanford. A highly anticipated series against Oregon State was interrupted by weather, so the Cardinal and the Beavers ended up splitting a 2-game series. That puts both teams a game back of UCLA as they enter the final weekend of the regular season. Remember, no conference tournament in the Pac-12. Stanford safely into the tournament field. They have work to do if they want to grab a share of the conference title. Number 3, Mississippi State. A reminder of how tough the SEC is. The Bulldogs are 3rd in our power rankings and finished 4th in their conference. Now, Mississippi State actually would have been the 2 seed. They had completed the series sweep of South Carolina. Instead, they lost the season finale. But despite that loss, Mississippi State enters the postseason having won 8 of their last 9 games. They faced the winner of South Carolina LSU in that opening round game, and interestingly enough, one of the only 2 series the Bulldogs lost this year was against LSU. Up to number 2, Vanderbilt. The Commodores won the SEC by a 2-game margin and finished the regular season by winning 18 of their final 19 games. Vandy's getting the job done with power. They're in the top 10 in the country and lead the SEC in team slugging percentage, on-base percentage, and home runs. And number 1, UCLA. The Bruins have been atop our poll for nearly every week of the season. They're tied for the most wins in baseball at 45 and have won 8 straight heading into a final series at Oregon. And where Vanderbilt has displayed impressive power, the Bruins have been unhittable this year. Their pitching staff has the best whip and ERA in the country, while UCLA has shut out an opponent and an NCAA best 11 times this season. A week from today, the NCAA tournament will be set. We'll break it all down next week.
NCAA Baseball Power Rankings are brought to you by IHOP Breakfeasts. Order online and save $5.